All right, everyone, welcome back. We are diving deep today, and
Diving deep.
that's right, into cybersecurity assessments.
Ooh.
Now, our source material
Okay.
for this deep dive is, well, it's a little corporate-y,
Right.
but don't worry, there's actually a ton of valuable stuff in there
Okay, cool.
that we can apply to, well, everyday life.
Right.
And for anyone listening who maybe thinks they have all their cyber defenses figured out, I learned a pretty interesting fact while prepping for this.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you know that being proactive about your cybersecurity can actually save you money in the long run?
Interesting. I did not know that.
I know, right? So, to help us unpack all of this, we've got our cybersecurity expert here with us today. And they are masters at, well, taking that super technical jargon and turning it into advice that we can all actually use.
That's the goal.
Right.
Yeah, cybersecurity should not be a mystery.
It shouldn't.
The more we understand it, the better we can protect ourselves.
Absolutely. So let's just get right to it. We hear about these cybersecurity assessments all the time.
Yep.
But what are they exactly?
So you know how, we get regular health checkups to, catch any potential issues early on, before they become a big problem?
Right, yeah.
That's kind of what a cybersecurity assessment is. But for your digital life. So all of your computer systems, your networks, the whole shebang.
Okay, so it's like a checkup.
It's like a digital checkup.
For your computer.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not just about remembering to update my passwords then.
No, it definitely goes beyond passwords. It's about identifying vulnerabilities, not only in your software, but also your network configurations, even your processes and training.
Processes?
Yeah, so how your business...
how your employees are trained?
Yeah, exactly, how they're trained on cybersecurity best practices.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it really is about looking at the entire ecosystem.
Okay, see, this is what I was talking about with those nuggets, right? I'm already learning things here. So our source material really dives into 10 reasons and benefits for getting these assessments. So for you, what stands out as the most compelling? Why should someone get one?
Well, compliance is a big one, especially for businesses.
Yeah.
Because there are industry regulations, right? So IPA for healthcare data, PCI DSS for payment card information, and failing to meet these standards can result in, massive fines.
Oh, wow.
Remember that company, what was it called? I think it was, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they had that huge data breach.
A couple of years back.
Yeah, a few years back, and they ended up paying millions in fines because they weren't compliant.
Wow. Okay, well, that's definitely a pretty strong motivator.
Yeah.
But to be honest, sometimes compliance can feel like you're just checking boxes, right? So how does an assessment actually go beyond just meeting those, bare minimum requirements?
That's a great question. So, compliance is kind of a baseline, right?
Right.
But a good cybersecurity assessment really does go deeper. It's about proactively identifying and mitigating risks that are specific to your systems and your data. For instance, it might uncover a vulnerability to, something called a SQL injection attack.
Okay.
Which, that's a fancy way of saying hackers could sneak in through a backdoor in your website's code.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and compliance might not even cover that specific vulnerability.
Okay.
But an assessment would catch it.
Okay, SQL injection attack.
Yeah.
That sounds intense.
It is.
And this is why I'm really glad you're here to break this all down for us.
Of course.
But let's shift gears a bit.
Sure.
So I'm just like a regular customer, right? Why should I care about a company's cybersecurity practices?
So it all comes down to trust. You are trusting these companies with your personal information, right? Your financial data, sometimes even your health records.
Yeah, that's true.
So a strong cybersecurity posture, it demonstrates that a company respects your privacy and is taking proactive steps to actually protect your data.
So it's kind of like a seal of approval.
Exactly.
Hey, we're taking this seriously. Your data is safe with us.
Exactly.
And it feels like that's more critical now than ever, right?
It is. It absolutely is.
Because we're seeing increasingly sophisticated attacks.
All the time.
Yeah, and they target both, individuals and businesses.
Yeah.
It really does feel like something out of a movie,
Yeah.
Those hackers are always one step ahead.
Yeah, it's true. They are constantly evolving their methods,
Yeah.
which is why continuous vigilance is just so crucial. A cybersecurity assessment, it isn't a one-time fix. It's an ongoing process of identifying, evaluating, and mitigating those risks as the threat landscape evolves.
Okay, this all makes total sense.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of people listening are thinking, well, this must be expensive, right?
Yeah, that's a common concern. But here's the thing. Assessments can actually help you save money in the long run.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So by pinpointing, your most vulnerable areas, you can then prioritize your security spending.
Yeah.
And make sure you're investing in the right solutions. It's about being strategic, not just throwing money at the problem.
So it's like having a financial advisor, but for cybersecurity.
Exactly.
Helping you make those smart investments.
Exactly. It helps you get the most value out of your security budget.
This has been, honestly, incredibly insightful.
I'm glad.
And it's clear that these cybersecurity assessments are essential.
They are.
Not just for those big corporations, but for anyone who wants to, protect their data in today's digital world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah, I would like to leave everyone with something to think about, So what's one small step that you can take today?
Oh, good question.
To improve your own cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Maybe it's enabling two-factor authentication, or updating your software, or just being more mindful of the links that you click.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, every little bit counts.
I like that. That's great advice to end on.
I try.
So stay safe online, everyone, and thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.